What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel and happy Sunday. Before we get too deep into this video, I just wanted to remind you guys to like and subscribe to my channel so that you get notified every time I post new content. So over the weekend, my dad and I were able to adventure out to see the Carolina Ascent football club take on the Sporting Jacks in their last home game of the season, and we had an absolute blast. So our experience was wonderful. From the moment we entered into the parking garage to the moment we left the stadium, we were met with courteous employees who were willing to help us in any way they could to make our experience as good as it could be, and for that we are so thankful. So thank you to the Carolina Ascent Football Club team and employees for prioritizing accessibility so well. Of course, we started our adventure in the parking garage, and it was cool because the parking garage had entrances in two spots. So it was nice because having the double entrances obviously cut down on lines to get into the parking garage, and just it cut down on traffic in general. So it was nice because it made the process of getting into the parking garage a lot faster and easier. As soon as my dad and I entered into the parking garage, we were able to find parking pretty quickly. We were able to find a handicap spot, and so as soon as we got parked, we unloaded all of my equipment and started the journey to get into the actual stadium. We got there a few minutes earlier than the actual game start time, so we did have to wait in a little bit of a line, but the walk to get to that line was not too bad. The distance from the parking garage to the line to the stadium was probably about 200 feet, so it was not bad. We did have to cross a couple of crosswalks, so there was a little bit of a hill with the crosswalk, obviously, but it was not bad at all, and it was not hard for me to roll my way into the stadium, nor was it hard for my dad to walk the path either. So the pavement was very flat, very easy to navigate for my dad and for me as well, as a handicapped adult in a wheelchair. So it was very easy, and they did have some pre-game entertainment. Shout out to the band that played. I did snap a picture of the band name and the lead singer, so you guys can see that later in the slideshow. But they were great. Really, they really hyped the fans up for a great day of soccer, a great match, and really set the tone for a very enjoyable day. So it was really great, and they did a phenomenal job. As far as our seats are concerned, we were in section 122, seats 15 and 16, I believe, and they were great seats. We were in the ADA section, one ADA section within the stadium. There was multiple ADA sections, but we were in one of them, obviously, and the stadium had wonderful sight lines from our seats to the field. I did include a couple of pictures of that as well, so you will be able to see that. And I was very impressed by our sight lines because it's not always super easy to find a stadium with great views and sightlines for those sitting in the ADA sections. So to have views like what we had yesterday really was a treat, because as I said, it's not always easy to find. So shout out to the Carolina Ascent for considering those with accessibility consistently, and for building and constructing your stadium in a way that those with ADA needs can have similar views to those who are just in a regular seat. So shout out to you guys. The stadium itself was laid out in a horseshoe shape, kind of like a U. So it was nice because my dad and I had never been to a Ascent game before, but we were able to easily find everything we needed. Merchandise stands, concession stands, all the things that come to mind immediately when you think of a sporting event. And from where we were sitting, the merchandise stand was probably the farthest thing we had to walk to, but it was maybe a half circle away from our seats. And it was just flat pavement, very easy to get to. So it was not a bad walk at all. And one thing that I really liked about the merchandise store that we visited was it was just a kind of a stand. They had tables set up with shirts and hats and all the things, but they also had a raised section where they had hoodies displayed, sweatshirts, scarves, hats, those kind of things, and they had a ramp built or laid out for those with ADA needs. So it was wonderful because I was able to go up the ramp and see those things by myself. I didn't have to have help reaching anything, or I didn't have to ask my dad to get anything for me to see, which I know he wouldn't have minded, but it was nice that I was able to do that by myself. So as far as the game is concerned, it was a wonderful match. Both teams played well, and the Carolina Ascent did come home with the win, 3-1. So it was a great evening, with lots of fun memories made, lots of laughter, and it truly was a night that we will never forget. So another thing that was really nice was that we were not far from the concession stands. It was not a long walk at all. They actually had 3 concession stands that I saw placed in different areas throughout the stadium. So really, wherever you were sitting, I think you were pretty close to a concession stand. And so that was really nice. And another amazing part of the stadium was from where we were sitting, we were directly across from a family restroom. So it was nice because, obviously the family restrooms are bigger than the regular women's and men's facilities. And the family restroom already had handlebars built in for use for those with ADA needs. So it was really nice because it just made me feel included, and it really was a very eye-opening moment, and just made me feel like I had been considered in the building process, and they had really thought about those with ADA needs when they were building the stadium and thinking about how they were going to build the stadium and all of the logistical things. So it was a wonderful experience. We came home with a win and had a wonderful time. And so thank you to the Carolina Ascent Football Club for having me out. Thank you to all of the employees who worked tirelessly to make my first Ascent game and my first professional soccer game ever a wonderful experience. Truly, you guys were the best, and really did an awesome job of making my first experience a wonderful one. So I look forward to the possibility of maybe seeing you guys again sometime in the future. And again, thank you so much for making my first experience great, and for all the ways that you guys showed that you consider those and work tirelessly so that those with ADA needs may experience the same happiness and joy from attending a Carolina Ascent game as those who may not have different needs and accessibility needs. So you guys really knocked it out of the park. Thank you again for having me. I had a wonderful time. So yeah, I would definitely say that I would attend an Ascent game again, and it was a wonderful time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you have not done so already, please like and subscribe to my channel so that you get notified every time I post new content, so that you can follow along with every one of my adventures. Thank you guys so much. I love and appreciate you guys, and I am rolling out. I'll catch you guys in the next adventure. Peace.
Thank you for bringing the that unit charge going to number 9, Abby Blue.
something.